Sometimes in life we feel like we're just spinning our gears and we're just beating our head up against the wall and we're not getting anywhere. It doesn't seem like we're getting momentum. More importantly, we don't seem like we're internally and truly happy. Thank you for joining me again for another video. This is Dr. Danny Lee Harris, and I appreciate you guys joining me again at the table of truth. This is the place where we kick nothing but the truth and we find out what your true truth is. So why is it that we cannot, absolutely cannot, settle in areas of our life and still truly be internally happy? It's because it's like an oxymoron. You can't settle. Settle means to accept things that you really normally would not accept and to embrace them. Happy is to live your authentic truth and to be who you authentically are. They're bipolar opposites. You cannot do them simultaneously and be happy. That's not how that works. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you guys a story about when I really learned about settling. I am a man that believes in marriage. I believe in you fight through any problems. You when you say I do, you never say I don't. That used to be my true belief. However, after a situation where I was actually in a relationship for many years, I was so unhappy. I was so unhappy internally. I was so unhappy in the situation. I didn't feel like it was time for me to step out into who I authentically, was. I made a lot of accomplishments through those years, but me personally, I wasn't happy. And I know no one can give you happiness. Understand that, guys. No one can give you happiness. Happiness is something that is innate ability. It's something that we bring and give to ourselves. However, the person in your life is supposed to enhance what's already there. So if you're already miserable, they're going to enhance that misery. If you're happy, they're going to enhance that happiness. And that's how that works right there. So back to my story. I settled in this relationship. I wasn't being provided the things that Danny needed as a man, as a husband. I wasn't being provided the things that nurtured me in that relationship, but I settled. I said I do, so therefore I can't come back and say I don't now. I'm going to have to settle. Well, the universe has a way of shaking your life up so much that you recognize sometimes in the lowest points in life, there is a silver lining amongst the clouds. There is a blessing in the distress that you're going through. And I have learned that over and over and over again. But specifically in this situation, I didn't leave the situation. I was left. And I'm not saying it because I'm bitter or I'm angry, because I'm not. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm not. But I didn't leave. I was like, I'm not leaving. I just settled. Okay, you can't do this for me? All right. You won't do that for me? All right. Oh, I got to do everything? All right. Oh, but I'm giving, and I'm not receiving. I was just empty glass of water. You try to drink from an empty glass of water, you're not going to get anything. I was that empty glass. And again, I'm not blaming this person for what Danny was unable to do, which is find happiness within. Because at the time, I couldn't find happiness within. I was too fogged and clouded because of everything going on around me and distracted by everything externally that I didn't pay any attention to my internal. So that's on me. That's not me blaming anybody or bashing anybody. I would never do that. At the end of the day, when this person left, guys, it was like a light bulb went off. Whoa, dude. That was the biggest blessing of your life. I went through a bad depression. I lost 30 pounds. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I was devastated, guys. I was devastated. I was just like, but I didn't give up. And they just walked away from me. Why am I being abandoned? Why am I not worthy of this person's affection and love? Why you don't fight for me the way I fight for you? And that was my attitude at the time. Until I got quiet and got still and got intuitive and went inside. And I realized that wasn't my soulmate. That wasn't my twin flames. that wasn't the person that was going to push me into my destiny. It just wasn't. That wasn't my life partner. That was a lesson that I needed to get out. And it took 8 years to get that lesson together and get it into for it to stick someplace in my brain. But I'm so grateful today. I wish that person, of course, well. I wish them nothing but wholeness, happiness, and completion. But when they walked out of my life, they gave me back. Because not having them there made me look internally to myself and in myself. And when I did that, when I stopped and I looked at myself, guys, I was like, wow, I wasn't happy because I wasn't happy with me. And so I looked and saw happiness for me. I went to Emotions Anonymous classes to get a grip of my emotional state. I read a lot. I did the things that I love to do. And I poured into my baby girl. I had my baby girl at the time. Still have her, but I had my baby girl. She was only 5 months, 6 months at the time. And I just poured into my daughter. And I found this peace that surpasses all understanding. I had this internal peace. And I found this happiness with me, with myself. And because I got to that space, in walks my queen, my twin flames, and my soulmate. I wasn't looking. I promise you, I wasn't looking. And neither was she. For the first time in my life, I can honestly say I had met my soulmate. And the most beautiful thing unfolded, and the most beautiful thing blossomed. And she is truly one of the biggest blessings of my life. But I would have gotten that had this other person not walked out. Had I held on so tight and got so bitter that I would not move or shake from where I was. So I say that, guys, to say sometimes, there's blessings in your pain. There's blessings in what you're going through. And just because it seems impossible and it seems like you can't make it, and it seems like, man, I'm heartbroken, I'm this, I'm that, doesn't mean it's end all be all. If you just hold on, go within. You can't find it without. Go within. Find out, find your center. And I found that through meditation. And once I did that, it opened up all these doors in my life. Not only was my aura and my karma around me different and my aura different, I was able to attract the things that I have desired for my life and in my life, all of my life. And now I stepped out into, getting my nonprofit off the ground, Truth, which I had opened in 2015, but I spent too much time worried about somebody else's dream, pouring into their dream and not worrying about mine. So you cannot settle, guys. In a relationship, you can't settle. In a job, you can't settle. Why? You settle when you stay at that job and you hate getting up. And every time you get up, you want to throw the alarm clock across the room because you don't want to go to that job. That means you're not supposed to be there. When you're doing what you love to do, you're never working a day in your life. So, guys, if you're working a job that you absolutely hate, you may be wanting to look. You may need to look someplace else for your happiness as it relates to what you love to do. And your happiness when it comes to work is tied to your passion. If you're doing what you're passionate about, you're never working a day in your life because you enjoy what you're doing. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy writing books. I enjoy speaking on stages. I enjoy standing in front of a classroom and teaching. I know what brings me joy. I enjoy getting on the water, on the lake and fishing. I enjoy bike riding. There's things that you have to know about yourself in order to get to a place where you stop settling. Guys, stop settling. If it's a relationship and they're not pushing you to your greatness, let me explain something about a relationship, whether it's platonic or non-platonic. A relationship is supposed to enhance your life. So if you're in a relationship with someone and they're not bringing something to the table that is actually challenging you to grow and stretch and reach and achieve and be better and do better, that's not a relationship. A relationship is more than going out and hanging out and drinking together and all those other things. A relationship is more than being able to lay with the person you love and do things you want to do as an adult and all that. It's more than that. This person is supposed to challenge you to be the best you can be, to bring you back to your authentic self. And that cannot be done always partying, always, whatever. No. Of course, we enjoy, the company of adults. We do. I enjoy spending time with my queen. I enjoy spending time with my children, even with my children. My 2 sons are grown. And what do? I constantly make sure that our conversations is curtailed to me stretching them, pulling them, and making them be authentically who they were created to be. Not what I want them to be, but who they were created to be. So I push them towards their destiny. When they tell me what their desires are, and I always try to curtail that encouragement and that word, whatever it is. We joke, we play, we laugh around, we eat together, we do those things as a family. However, it's more important for me to make sure that I'm constantly challenging my children to grow. I'm constantly challenging my queen to be a better person for herself. I'm constantly, challenging my 2.5-year-old daughter to grow up and be a successful young lady in her own right, whatever that looks like and whatever it would mean for her. When you settle, you cannot be happy. It just won't work. Don't mean, be smart about it. If you if you got bills to pay, you got children to feed, then I'm not saying go quit your job today. What I'm saying is figure it out. Find out what it is that you desire to do and start taking baby steps to get to that direction. Sometimes we just got to change directions. If you're in a relationship and you're not growing, you're not stretching, and this person is just stressing you out and you are never, ever happy, something's wrong with that. If they're not challenging you to be the best you, but you feel like you are being drained all the time, you need to maybe look at how am I going to be happy in this relationship? Maybe it's not possible. And if it's not possible, you need to do the things that you need to do in order to get out of it. I was one of those people that didn't believe in divorce. I was like, I don't want to get divorced. And on top of that, I have two. So I was like, I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to get divorced. I had to stop looking at it like that. A lot of times, I grew up in a Christian background, and because of that, it was like, don't get divorced and God's going to work it out. And no, that's not how that works. God can't do anything that you are not willing to do. We are not puppets on a string. We are free-willed beings, human beings. We cannot just do things because we have this puppet master that's doing this with the puppet strings. That's not how that works. We put our desires out in the universe, and the universe responds. That's how it works. So if I desire to be happy in a relationship with someone, I want that person to be my soulmate. I want that person to be my twin flames. I want that person to be the person that's going to, I enjoy every aspect of them. Not saying it's perfect. Not saying, because you can't be. We're human. So it can't be perfect, but I'm saying that this person is the best thing that ever happened to you in your life. And guess what, guys? You have to have something to compare it to, right? That's why we appreciate the past. You don't stay in the past, but you appreciate the past. I have something to compare this relationship I'm in right now with my past. All of my past. I'm 46 years old, guys. You know what I mean? I'm not a youngin. I know I look young. Thank you. I know. But I am, a seasoned adult male in this society. I have been through a lot. I have experienced a lot. And honestly, experiences is what brings maturity. And I have been through a lot of experiences. So because of that, I am grateful for everything that happened in my past because it has made me who I am today. And that is a person that seeks to be internally happy and to help other people like you find your happiness. Guys, you can't settle in a relationship. You can't settle in your job. You can't even settle in relationships with your kids. All right? Parents, push your kids to be better than who they are, what they are. And if they don't want to be, you can't make them, because remember, we're not puppet masters. You can't make them. But you also can't enable them to not be anything either. Sometimes you need a little push that edge, that nudge or whatever. I had a conversation yesterday with somebody about women who coddle their sons. You have a coddled child, you're going to have a coddled man. The coddled man is really not a man, but an overgrown child. That's it, that's all. That's going to be a whole nother video. But guys, we are in these relationships to push and to push these people to their greatness. I'm in relationships and I surround myself with positive energies all the time. People that's going to push me, challenge me, give me constructive criticism. And I should be grown enough, adult enough to be able to take constructive criticism without getting upset. So no, you cannot be happy and complacent at the same time. You can't settle and be happy. That's not how it works. You have to move and shift. And sometimes that moving and that shifting maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me to be waking up and I know my wife left me and I'm looking at the edge of the bed like, man, and woe's me and I'm waddling in my pain instead of, shaking out of it. And it took me a while, but I did it. So I'm not talking to you guys about something that I have not experienced or have not been through. It was tough. It was probably one of the hardest things I've ever been through in my life. However, I'm grateful for it. It has made me who I am today, and it has pushed me to do what I do right now, which is I'm living in a very authentic relationship. I am happy. I am content with Danny, my relationship, my children, every friendship, all of my friendships. And I don't use that word friend lightly. If you're called a friend, you're a friend. My family, my extended family, I treat those relationships with care because I recognize I'm not going to settle again in life. And I don't care what it is, I'm not settling. Nope, I don't like this job. I got to find another job. Matter of fact, I don't need to clock nobody's clock. I'm going to work for Danny because that's what I'm going to do. That's what I was created to do. That's what I choose to do. And that's what I'm doing. You know, you got to figure it out, guys. What is it you're supposed to be doing? And where are you settling in your life? Because it's time to get packing and get going, get to stepping. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later. All right, if you like this video, please like, subscribe. Come on and join the Truth Whisperers tribe. All right, I got more videos coming up. Guys, I'm telling you, if you like this video, share it with your friends. Somebody needs to hear it. You cannot settle and be happy at the same time. It can't be done, guys. Until the next video, I'll catch you later.